What's up, it's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is going to be my August TBR. We're here. We're in full moon readathon month. I have a very fantasy heavy TBR, but this is aside from video projects. So in this video, I'm going to be listing my video projects, and I don't know the TBRs for most of those. It's like full moon readathon and I'm gonna mood read, and then do your worst episode. That's all later. I have my little cheat sheet of my TBR. It's somewhat finalized. I just think I'm going to change things up a little bit and choose my Immortal Vamp Vessel pick closer to the beginning instead of the end, so I know what I'm in for and if I have to take out some chonkers. It's gonna be a busy month because of not only full moon readathon, but I have a bunch of book events like author signings and things planned, and then there's also like a bookstore romance weekend. Yeah, there's a lot going on, so hopefully I can finally get back into my normal speed of reading because it's been a struggle the past couple months now. Okay. As always, I start with my full moon book club pick. If you didn't know, I do host my own book club here, and I used to do live shows, but now I do just spoiler-filled reading vlogs that go up every full moon of the month. This coming month, it's going to be August 9th. I'm hoping to finish this the first couple days of August. It should be doable because it's The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, and I'm sure a lot of you have read this already, maybe even finished the whole series, but I have not. Thank you so much to my good friend Erin from Erin Megan here on BookTube. I'll link her channel down below. She is incredible. I just know this has such short chapters, and it's about an elderly group of friends who try to solve murders, I believe. This should be fun. Next, I always say my Lair Bloody Read, which is my Patreon buddy read for the month. The Lair voted for A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana, and this is the author of The Irresistible something. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Oh my god. I gave that book 5 stars. I have been waiting for this book since 2023. It was supposed to come out in 2024. I literally put it on my 2024 TBR, but it got pushed back to this year. And Aardvark came through and made it a pick. And if you wanted to try a new book box, you can get your first Aardvark Book Club box for $4 and free shipping with my code JAN at checkout. And that information is in the description as well if you forget. This is just a cozy fantasy witchy romance, which I'm so in the mood for. For the Lair Bloody Reads, I do have spoiler-filled vlogs as well, and it's for every tier on my Patreon. Patreon link is always down below. We're vampire themed, hence the Lair. Before I forget, I'm gonna say the arc I want to read and things I don't have physically. The one arc that I've been eyeing and just wanting to read so bad is called Breathe In, Bleed Out by Brian Macaulay. This was available as a read now option on NetGalley. Honestly, I don't know much about it. I just love the cover, and I've seen it on a lot of like perfect horror books to read in the summer Instagram posts. I was so happy that it was just available. I think this comes out, I want to say September, one of the Burr months. I think it's a slasher. I am not sure. I like to go into books as blindly as possible. You know, I'm just a buzzwordy type of gal. That's the arc I want to read. For my coffin cover challenge, which is my monthly reading challenge over on Patreon, where you just pick a book that has the specific thing on the cover. And next month, our coffin cover challenge is to read a book with a cat on the cover. I realized that another arc I have is Falling Like Leaves. I forgot the author's name, but it looks so cozy, so autumnal, and there's a little cat curled up in the middle of the cover, which I just noticed a couple days ago when I was about to start it, but I was like, oh my god, perfect. It's just like a cozy romance. I think it's adult. I also joined an in-person book club at one of my local romance bookstores, and our pick for next month hasn't come in yet. I bought it from Pango secondhand. We chose Winging It With You by Chip Pons, I believe is the author. It's a male-male romance about a pilot, and I don't even know who the other person is, but it's funny because we do that thing where we have a mug and then the slips of paper of like all our options that we each choose from the store. We each pick one and say like, this is not the book we're going to be reading next month, so the mug chooses for us, essentially. First of all, the person who chose this isn't even going to be there next month. Second of all, I told myself that I'm going to take a break from books that center around airplanes because after Sky Daddy and like also Atmosphere, even though that's rocket ships, not airplanes, I still wanted to take a break from vehicles in the sky. But here we are. The first 2 meetings, I've read the picks previously, and this is the first time I actually have to read it within the month. So hopefully I get that done. Okay, let's pick from this jar. This is my Patreon TBR jar for the Dracula and Carmilla tiers. So my top 2 tiers give me recommendations in the Discord at any given moment. Then I just put them in this jar. I'm still working on 2 of the 4 picks that I've chosen so far. I'm still working on the Sword of Kaigen. Okay, Christina and I vowed to actually continue it this coming month though, or these next couple weeks. So hopefully I finally get that done this month at some point. I also just started the Paper Menagerie and Other Stories. That was last month's pick. Otherwise, I mean, I DNF'd one of them. I only started picking from this jar. I only started TBRs up again in April, I think. April or May, so this is kind of new, but let's see. I'm kind of scared. Okay, wait. I also wanted to say that this month, since it's so busy and I have the readathon and I have a lot of chonkers on this TBR already, I'm gonna give myself 3 picks and I can choose one of those because it's my rules, my world. This jar is just living in it. Okay? Jaded. What is Jaded? I'm gonna have to check the Discord. Nicole recommended it by Ela Lee. A young lawyer wakes up the morning after a work gala. I'm gonna put the picture up. Editing Jan. 384 pages. Jade isn't even my real name. Jade began as my Starbucks name because all children of immigrants have a Starbucks name. Okay, this is kind of big brain. I'm gonna put it on my want to read. It is 384 pages, so not too long. Let me pick the next one and see. Oh my god, Ice Planet Barbarians. Should I just do it for a silly fun time? Okay, that's my second option. Sarah Louise, you did that. This is the first time I'm doing multiple. Usually I just do the first one. A Soul to Keep, Sasha's recommendation. Okay, so spoiler, Sash is my next do your worst person, so I'm gonna save Sasha's pick for another month. It's also her birthday month, so that's exciting. I think I'm gonna do Ice Planet Barbarians. Is it still on Kindle Unlimited, or am I gonna have to fucking put this on hold at the library? Oh my god. What if I love it? What if I actually, I'm sorry, Nicole. I will put this back in the jar. It sounds like something I would like, but I need something like light and easy. So let's see, is Ice Planet Barbarians still on Kindle Unlimited? Swear to God. I can't believe there's 21 books in the series. It sure is still on Kindle Unlimited. I guess I'm doing it. I told myself I wouldn't, but for Sarah, I will. That should be entertaining. I'm gonna try to fit that into Full Moon Readathon at some point. Maybe ugly cover, but interesting premise. It's not even interesting to me. I really don't want to read it, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna try. If I DNF, don't blame me. Okay, let's get into the physical books. They're literally all fantasy, actually, except this one, which is The Library at Hellbore by Cassandra Caw. This is a horror, and it's in an academic setting, and it's very gothic, and I believe there's cannibalism, and I got the arc of this, but it came out this month, I think. It came out in July. Thank you so much to Torn Nightfire for sending this to me. I'm sorry I waited until after it's out, but it's short, and I've loved The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Caw, but I've hated Nothing But Blackened Teeth by this author as well. So we'll see where I stand. I've heard good things about this so far. Next, we have Vow Forever Night by May Sage. This is an indie author. I got this from my local romance bookstore. There's also a cat on the back of this cover, but Falling Like Leaves will be fine. I don't even know if I've seen this on Instagram. I think I just saw the bookstore post about it. But anyway, it says, I didn't think I'd ever see her again. Then she barged into my life and shattered it. She's the sweetheart of Highvale. I'm a dark sorcerer, comfortable with murder, torture, and not entirely opposed to world domination. Our city, our families, our entire world. It doesn't matter what I'll have to destroy to keep her. They told her I was bad news from the start. She should have listened. It might be a little bit cringy just based on that, but chapters seem pretty short. I think this gets spicy as well. I love the art. I'm here for it. Next, we have Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. I have read 3 of Elise Kova's books at this point, and I'm excited to finally read a traditionally published book by her. I haven't heard too many things about this. I think people are loving it. A woman who wields magical tarot cards lands herself in a false engagement with the headmaster of a mysterious academy in this first installment of an enthralling fantasy romance series. I've read A Deal with the Elf King and A Dance with the Fae Prince and Air Awakens, and her writing is very easy, so despite this being chunky, I'm hoping it goes by fast. This is one of my most anticipated of the year, so I'm excited to have the pretty gold edges and whatever that means. And I love the tarot card vibe. I do collect decks of tarot cards. I haven't bought a new deck in a while. And then I have an arc of A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. I got this in Washington with Gabby from her local bookstore. It was like you donate to the bookstore and you get arcs. And this is like a dancer turned spy situation. It seems intriguing. Every time I see it, I'm like, I should give that a try. But but it is a little bit chunky. It seems interesting though, like I'm intrigued. It's a debut epic fantasy filled with hope after heartbreak, secrets and betrayal as a dancer turned spy must decide how far she will go to secure her freedom. Seems a little bit out of my comfort zone, but we'll give it a shot. And then another one that is going to be on a TBR for the second time, or did I not add it? I can't remember if I actually held this up in a video or if I just put it in my bullet journal, but I posted a poll on Instagram asking what my next romantasy book should be, and people voted for Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. And I read several of Devney Perry's books at this point. Indigo Ridge was actually the book club pick this month, and I've read Indigo Ridge, the second one, Juniper Hill, and the third one, Garnet Flats in the Eden series, and then Crossroads is another small town cowboy romance by her. So I have yet to read a fantasy by her. I think this is her debut fantasy. Can't remember, but I've heard this is arranged marriage. I've heard it's easy to read. I might like the romance because I like her romance books. Hopefully y'all didn't steer me wrong. And thank you to fellow vamp Ty for getting me this book. Oh, it was for my surgery recovery. Wishing for a speedy and painless recovery. Thank you for the amazing and safe space you have given us to live life. You're amazing and I'm so grateful to be a part of the lair. Love you a whole bunches. From Ty. Cutie. I just love reading the notes from people. I'm excited for all these fantasy books. I should be reading more horror because I'm gonna go to a horror event soon, but I just squeeze those in when I can. I haven't really been in a huge horror mood lately other than during Summerween. Oh, I also want to read Wrath of the Dragons by Olivia Rose Darling because obviously that's the sequel to Fear the Flames, which was my #1 book a couple years ago, but I prefer the indie edition, just so you know. And then, yeah, so my video plans, like I said, I'm gonna have a full moon readathon vlog. The readathon goes from August 13th to the 20th this year. I'll link the announcement video down below. I'm gonna be doing my next Do Your Worst episode, which is gonna feature Sosh from Sosh Reads. I'll link her channel down below. I'm thinking of doing a vlog where I read gifts from my patrons because I have a huge stack of birthday gifts. I still have to film my birthday book haul. Any gifts, just like a few books at a time, because I did one last year and I kind of want to make that a yearly thing. And then my next Keep It or Kick It episode, I asked my Carmilla patrons to vote for the theme and they chose to make it my 2025 TBR. So the books that aren't gifted, that are from my 25 for 2025, as well as my 12 Recs by 12 Vamps. Those TBRs are TBD, and that's what August looks like. I'm hoping I get into more of a structured reading routine because this month has been a shit show. I'm really hoping my readathon does that for me. But that's everything. If you made it to the end of this video, let's put the dragon emoji to represent Wrath of the Dragons. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any of these on your August TBR as well. I love an unintentional buddy read moment. Hope you had a 5-star day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.